Oh, gee, hello everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome to a very, very special stream where I'm joined by fellow forever DM Rye Toast as we try to accomplish the impossible. Actually, it seems like it's going to be pretty easy based off our
It's really a matter
conversations.
of narrowing things down.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to be taking FNAF World and doing our best to get it together into a workable tabletop RPG that maybe you could play by the end of the night. I doubt it. 2 hours is not enough to come up with an entire system.
We might be able to get like a good rough idea.
Yeah, we'll get you guys the basics, and then Scott will pay us money to make the rest of it.
My DMs are open, Scott.
Yeah, DMs are open. He probably will not talk to me after all the things I have said. Talk to Rye. We don't even have to talk.
Wait, my Twitter DMs don't even matter because his inactive account got suspended today.
What?
Yeah, he hasn't posted in like 4 years. His account got like restricted a week ago, and today was suspended for seemingly no reason.
Man, Elon must not like FNAF.
Write it down. That's canon.
That's canon. That's canon. Yeah. Put that in your lore timeline. Elon Musk ruins FNAF.
1 week from now, Tesla's new product is going to be an animatronic.
Oh.
You needed to get out the competition.
No, hate that. No, don't want that. All right. Well, first off, before we get started on this adventure, we're gonna say hi to some people. So, first person to say hi starting now. I'm gonna get a nice deep breath, and I'm gonna just start saying hi to people. Film Fanatics, hello. Ima, hi. Captain Psych, hello. Mr. Galaxy, hello. Alexander Whittington, thank you so much for the 3 months. The Wolfie Player, Olivia, Danny Gamer, Chaotic Cartoonist, the Eggsman, Gecko, oh no. Fred Fazbear does stuff, B-Pen, Artix, the Mad FX, Olivia, Rachel Kingam, Hunter Nash, Evan, Nice Storm, Shidoshi, I'm Corrupt, Lisa, hello, Lissa, hello. Spider Guy, hello. Thomas B. Rell, oh god, this is out of control. Fable Rain, Esfo, Blue Sky J, Michael Christensen, MC, Clone Gamer, Cypher Space, Silver Flame, Skill, The Eggsman, Simp Noodles, Max Lopez, Kendra, Ailson, Titan 41. I cannot keep up.
It was respectable. You caught on there for a bit.
Yeah.
You have to get into auctioneer mode.
Oh my god!
And Foxy Guy, Shady Bay, has story, Devin, logical fallacy, demon of the like. You start rolling them off.
Gamer's Charisma, underrated. Spanish Dexter, Danielle, Malby, Kusa Rider, Susanna, was it Murphy? Red Static Official, then B-Ben B, Deku, hello. Foxy Guy, Shady Bear, Avi, Devin, The Logical Fallacy, The Demon of Art, Blue X Dalek, Nerd with Faith, Skill, Nicole, Jacob, Coconut Cat, Aaron Horn. Okay, I think I did my best. So, real quick, this isn't just Rye and I working on this. So if you, we're going to be asking you guys questions and kind of polling you for a few things. So when polls go up, please vote, because that's how we're going to start developing and seeing where we need to go. Because we already have we have a bunch of ideas that go very different directions.
Honestly, there's one big one that we might even want to kick it off with.
I think it might be the thing we want to kick it off with, because I do believe this is going to be the thing that really kind of sets everything up, right?
Pretty much, everything kind of folds around that decision.
Yeah. Okay, so what do the characters play? So why don't you kick us off with explaining the situation while I get this poll ready.
Yeah, sure. So we're at a bit of an impasse between fun gameplay and accuracy. Because as many of you may know, FNAF World, you don't actually control one character within FNAF World. You control a team of four, well, 2 teams of 4 technically, that you swap between and all that. So it became a question of, within a tabletop setting, what are the players playing as? Obviously, you can just have the player play as they do in FNAF World, where they control 4 to sometimes 8 different characters, and it's more of like a Pokemon-esque TTRPG. Or you can have a more traditional tabletop setup where you kind of make or choose a animatronic and kind of function as that animatronic character. And we also thought of a third option where the characters are endoskeletons. And then the animatronic costumes are sort of like maybe classes or equipment. It's not sure yet because we need to figure out who we are.
So we would essentially, if we go the endo route, it would be looking at the different endos throughout the games. Obviously, some that aren't in the original one, such as like the sister location spaghetti endos.
I mean, we also have we have, I think, like 5 canon endos at this point, just already.
Yeah. So those 5 would essentially be either that would be like the race. So in D&D you pick like half orc, human, elf, etc. That would be the endo, and then maybe the costumes are kind of like your class.
Or it could even be an endo as a class and a costume as a subclass even.
Ooh,
like certain endos can only put on certain costumes.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. So there's a poll up right now. Please go and vote, because that's really going to like dictate how we can
changes everything.
Yeah. I'm going to have to.
Oh, peekaboo.
Yeah, I know. It's Discord likes to have fun and just, close things every now and then.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah, so I'm going to pop out chat. And then just do a little organization here. Just give me a minute. There we go. Okay. Ooh, the endoskeletons is really picking up.
Oh, they're swinging.
That one's really seeming like the winner here. A few people were for one single character, few for multiple characters. I mean, I really like the idea of being able to create your own animatronic, because that's how you get like OCs in there and such.
I think that's can work with endos as well. Like that would be your starting costume.
Yeah.
And you can even stick with it. I do agree that I think one player controlling multiple characters seems like the least practical.
I think so too. I think if it were something like a bit more like a traditional board game, maybe that would work better, but yeah, it's all a question of accuracy versus hey, let's make this fun thing.
Yeah, accuracy versus fun and creativity. Like, I mean, that's where homebrew comes from too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
The outline.
Susanna says creativity reigns supreme in tabletop RPGs. You right.
True.
Film Fanatics, it's not going to be Jumanji.
I mean, it can be if you want it to.
I don't know. I don't know if I want Jumanji in here, or else I'm going to be finding Freddy's in my closet again, and I'd rather not.
Or the other way around. You guys sit around a table to play the good TTRPG FNAF World, and suddenly you're all in a pizzeria, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't play our tabletop RPG in a pizzeria at 3 a.m. We're just
Gone wrong?
Yeah, gone wrong. Parentheses emotional.
Parentheses emotional, double parentheses, he called me?
He called me? Okay.
Put Marrow just said Curse of Afton, and I'm just thinking, I assume that's a Curse of Strahd reference.
Yeah.
And now I can't get the idea of either William Afton as Strahd or Strahd as William Afton, and I don't know which is funnier.
Strahd as Afton is pretty hilarious. Yeah, there we go. We played FNAF tabletop D&D at 3 a.m. Cops called gone wrong, gone sexual.
Not clickbait.
Not clickbait. Okay, it seems pretty strong with endos being the base. So we're gonna start there, I think. So now we have the fun job of figuring out all of the endos and making sure we have everything correct.
I'm on the wiki, and I'm seeing now it lists individuals might be the way to go here. No. Classic toy. Okay, so yeah, there's types. It lists 9, but 2 of them I think we could probably knock out.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's staff bots, and that doesn't really fit the vibe of the rest of them. The other one is broken. That can just strike that.
Get rid of those. So we know there's Endo V1, which is FNAF 1 endos.
Yes.
And then and then Endo 2 are the toys, I believe.
I believe, yeah, it's never directly stated, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It might be actually in the encyclopedia. Let me grab that because that was a whole 2 pages for these guys.
Oh,
but
yeah, you're right.
At least on the wiki, it says the Endo 02 designed for withered and some toy animatronics.
Oh, good. Okay. Ooh. Raisin Hook. Oops. Has some. Endo 2. Springlock Endo.
I got too many books.
I know, man. I know there's rock.
It was under Freddy the whole time.
Fun time.
Oh.
Endo fun time.
All right.
Yeah. Dear Scott, please stop making so many books with giant lore implications. Thank you. Sincerely, Dan.
Dear Scott, make one Reddit post and just simply say is canon or is not canon on every story you've ever created, please.
Mm-hmm. That would be great. Karen Gecko, Vietnam nearly had liver failure over the how many books there are. Yep, I saw that stream just a little bit.
Here we go. Okay. Endo 02.
Yes.
More advanced, comes on sturdier. It looks sturdier than Endo 01 with ribs. Endo 01 doesn't have ribs? It doesn't.
Oh.
Interesting. So I wonder if that could be like a tank or a tankier class.
I'll put tank here. Temporarily.
Unlike Endo 01, it has a more active role. It doesn't, of course, does not tell you what it's for, just that it first appeared in FNAF 2.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you. It's also in Build-A-Mangle, apparently.
Okay.
We have Nightmare Endos.
Nightmare Endos sound like a good time.
We've got this guy.
Nightmare Endo. I mean, that's absolutely your warlock.
Oh yeah,
class there.
some kind of heavy single hit attacker.
Yeah. Heavy DPS. So, an Endo 1, all we know is that it's okay.
Pretty much. Endo 01. What goes inside animatronic, blah, blah, blah. First sighting is in FNAF 1.
Meme Lord, thank you for the $2.
It's the only antagonist in Special Delivery. Endo, none of the other endos are individual antagonists. So in that way, besides the Glamrock endos, it's the only one that actually attacks you.
Okay, so fighter.
Yeah.
Like your fighter.
It feels
Barbarian?
right to have the basic starting endo to be just a classic hit things.
Yeah. What we're going to be relating a lot of this to kind of D&D because I think it's a system we both know rather well, and so we're going to just chat so you know we're going to relate a lot of things to D&D and slowly like separate them, just slowly pull them apart so it's a separate thing. But
yeah, we'll use archetypal language, but we're not literally going to be like, okay, cool. So this is the arcane trickster rogue. Got it. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is Fun
as
Time
far as
Endo one?
others, Fundime Endo isn't specified on here, but on the wiki, they've got types and individuals. So I'll go to type. I'll defer to types instead of individuals. Types lists classic, which would be O1, toy/withered, which would be O2,
Yeah.
nightmare, and then we have fun time.
Okay, so there is a Fun Time Endo.
Yeah, the issue with the fun times is they're covered in wires, so you don't really see the endos. We have Yendo.
Yeah, you know, I think you build off the vines because I mean that's your druid controller.
I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
Or if anything, that could be the tankier one versus O2, since it just has so much bulk to it.
Yeah. I can see that.
How do you feel about the well-known and beloved character Flamethrower Endo?
I'm seeing a ton of love in the chat for what flame is it? Is that an O1?
That is an O1 Endo, and he's currently not necessarily on fire, but lit up as if he were.
Okay, so Flamethrower Endo is okay, yeah, clearly a sorcerer, but I feel like that's your end game.
Oh yeah, that's level 20 right there.
Yeah, that you
simply receive one flamethrower.
Yeah, just one flamethrower. You become a glass cannon, but flamethrower.
And we have the Glamrock endoskeletons.
Yeah, is Rockstar Endo one?
I have a mention on the wiki for Rockstar and Mediocre Melodies. The only issue is we've only ever seen their mouths. We don't ever get to see the actual endoskeleton for them.
I'm totally fine killing that one. And having like 5 solid ones.
5 feels good.
Yeah.
Like 5 feels like a nice round, well, not literally a round number, but you know.
So which one of these is a healer though? That's the hard one. I'm almost thinking tricky. That Endo 1 is more healer than anything else.
I could see that. I could see the fun times because they have those movable plates, and I immediately picture like those animations where different plates on a robot replace broken ones and it just fixes itself.
Oh.
And if we go like druid viney route, druids are also kind of healer-esque. So if you have all these extra wires, you could be like giving electricity ?
You could use I mean, it's also one thing is because I also still have I have a thing pulled up for all of the attacks. And so and chat, don't worry, hot cheese will absolutely be a move.
Hot cheese is the best
move. We are not gonna do hot cheese dirty like that.
You know, I was not Spawn. I mean, DMs are open, but not Spawn. I was playing the new Hoyoverse game. I think it's called, like,
Skyrail Impact or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I was playing that. It's decently fun, but they separated single attacker and multiple enemy attacker into 2 different classes.
Oh.
I wonder if we could do something like that here. Like, I'm looking at the types of attacks, and I'm wondering, how can we bunch these into 5 knowable classes?
I like that. So you have like DPS, and honestly, that's how FNAF World breaks down its attacks too. You have single attacks, AoE attacks, buffs, debuffs. So
I wonder if we could have like 2 of the classes both have attacks. One of them focuses on groups, one focuses on single individual hitters.
Mm-hmm.
And then that could be like the 2 main offensive classes.
We could also make the outfits kind of determine if you're AoE or...
True. Yeah, we have to... How does that... Let's go into that too. How do the costumes affect the character? Are we talking equipment, or are we talking swappable subclass?
That's... Do you know what? And this is when we go to chat.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, should costumes be like standard equipment? I mean, because I think they should be swappable. So, like,
Yeah, for sure.
No matter if it's just standard equipment or a subclass, I think you should be able to swap them out because it's just picking up pieces.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, don't know how in the weeds we want to get, but you could even mix and match parts of costumes. Let me put on like Foxy's legs and Glamrock Freddy's upper body so I'm quick and hit hard or something.
Perhaps. If you
that
want to
gets
get
very in the weeds though.
Yeah, that gets very, very crazy. Actually, I realized, so if we have Endo as like, Endo 1 is just, let's just say that's like a melee. A 1 is like melee DPS. 2 is a tank. Nightmare is a warlock or paladin class, you know, the
Something
divinity
like that, yeah.
class. Your fun time is a controller and healer. Glamrock could be simply the magic user. But like it becomes a question of, do we assign these as like DPS tank? Oh, you're right, Bard.
Bard, yeah. I mean,
chat's got it.
Saboteur is always a useful class.
Yeah.
Now, granted, always the person who shows up late and is like, "Oh, what do we still need?" But it's always a useful class. Like I'm always a defender of the person who's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make things easier for everyone involved."
Yeah. We could make the end of the nightmares. If we have warlock and paladin, I wonder if we change that to, because if we're thinking about FNAF World specifically, there are characters that buff and there are characters that debuff.
So it's a matter of, do we combine that or do we separate that?
Yeah, so I guess you would call that, so you would have support and then like healer and then Glamrock. Just Bard.
It's Bard.
Just the Bard.
Now, I think, you know what? Hold on. I think if we combine these in specific ways, we have, like you said, buffs and debuffs. We could combine certain miscellaneous effects that are positive to buffs and then combine things like poison and debuffs and just like this overall negative caster and overall positive caster.
Yeah, like a white mage and a black mage.
Exactly.
So here's what I put down, and I think this might be the way to go. So Endo 1 is DPS. Just whether or not it's like burst or sustained or AoE, whatever. It's just the DPS class. Endo 2's the tank. Nightmare Endo is the debuff, or the dark mage. The fun time Endo is healer, like especially on just like healing and shields and that sort of stuff. And
Yeah,
then glam rock is a buff.
I like that. I do.
Chat, how do we feel about that? We're going to you. What do you guys think? Besides Tyler asking me, "Hey Dan, question, why would you do this to yourself?" Because I love D&D and I want to somewhat enjoy FNAF.
It is a way to do that.
Yes. And so what I think, because it seems like subclass is pretty handily winning on this, is so if you want to be a DPS magic user, with quotes on that, then you would put on a Bonnie suit.
I feel that.
So
And then and that's how it could vary. Like you fall into this role no matter what, but how do you exercise that role?
yeah. So like we would essentially have shells of what? Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. And then there would be legendary shells that you get, like Golden Freddy, Fredbear, Springlock. A Springlock suit could actually be incredible because it could do a ton of damage, but has the risk of doing a lot of damage to yourself.
I am such a gambler when it comes to games like this. If we have dedicated effects that gamble and risk, I'm all in.
I love that for spring suits specifically. You can take them, but know that you're going to do a lot of damage. But there's always the chance it's going to backfire and you're going to fail.
It honestly could be a matter of like if you can just don and doff these suits like even per fight, just take like a half hour or whatever and put it on however long it takes, and it's a matter of like, okay, here's the like 2 or 3 Springlock suits you can find in this game. You can put it on, you get like a plus X, but if you roll 5 or under, you take 5d something in damage immediately.
Just an enormous amount.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. Okay, cool. I like this. So then classes become the suits. So we'd have Freddy, like the basic ones, like variations of Chica, and then Bonnie, Foxy. Am I forgetting?
I mean, there's some that aren't going to translate 1-to-1 because we've got like Ballora and things, but
yeah. I mean, those are your like legendary NPCs. That's your
True.
Vecna.
True.
You know how it is. You find Springtrap, that's Vecna. Good luck.
Man, Springtrap is Vecna, but William Afton is Strahd. What is this family tree?
Gecko, thank you so much for the Canadian $11. Toy Chica is 100% barn material, rolling for seduction like a pro. It's the hips. They didn't have to do it, and yet he did it.
He really did, and then he doubled down with Funtime Chica.
Uh-huh.
So if we have each of these suits kind of modify its main class or role, they should probably modify them in similar ways, right?
Yes.
So like single target, multi-target, one of them be ranged.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I hate to simplify it. It could even just be melee, range, single target, multi-target, and that modifies each of those in that specific way.
Yeah, I mean, simple's good. Like, for what we're trying to do.
True.
Simple's very good to start with. And then, like, if you as the community really like the system we end up building, then, like, we'll figure out a way to put up... I don't know how I'm ever going to arrange this or even run it, but we could put together, like, a community thing for people to pitch rules and stuff if we decide to just go, do what? Let's just make this a thing.
Yeah, we can make a 500-page book out of this.
Absolutely. I will also say, instead of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, let's go with Bear, Bunny, Bird, and Fox.
Agree.
That way people are able to, create their OCs and stuff.
Yeah, and you can even make, when you create like an OC to start with, or even like OCs to encounter, it can be closest related animal slots into that role. It's like, oh, well, I wanted to be a flamingo. Cool, bird.
Yeah. Yes. The 4 animal kingdoms: bear, rabbit, bird, and fox.
That's all of them.
We could put gator if we wanted to just absolutely ruin ourselves.
And wolf.
Yeah. Fox and
Foxes
wolf.
are wolves.
Uh-oh.
But then we have to start talking about Toy Roxy and Toy Monty. And I don't know if I'm prepared for that.
Yeah, I know. Now you can make the bird from Garten of Banban in FNAF. Yes.
No.
You can make a Pillia bird in put it in there.
I need my Opila healer.
All right, it's pretty handily subclass, so I'm just gonna end that poll right there. Bird up.
Oh, that's a good point. Someone said you could add humanoid.
Okay, let's write down all the potentials and then let's kind of figure out how we can simplify.
Written sheet of just random ideas that get shouted out.
Yeah. All right, so chat, if there are any that we're missing, so we got wolf, we have frog, we have...
That's a good idea. Someone said we could swap fox with canine, and that could better encapsulate fox and wolf.
That's what I was kind of thinking, is maybe we go even broader. So
that might be the best way to do it.
Yeah, so we'll do humanoid for your freaks. Or
for Ballora and no other canon entries.
None. And then you have canine, fox, wolf, just so people know what we're talking about. Fox, wolf. Bunny would be a rodent.
Yeah. And then that way people can also easily bring in like rat from candies and stuff and just slot it right in there.
You would have bird. And then bear.
Yeah.
Would you call large mammals?
I wonder if there's like a colloquial term that could encapsulate like... Well, I guess what else would it encapsulate besides just like what other animals slot easily into the bear slot besides bears?
If you want to get a little spicy, you could combine canine and bear into one and just call it predator.
True, but I feel like whatever we end up with should also very easily translate to the FNAF roster.
Cloned Gamers got it. Beast.
Yep.
Beast. Beast and reptile amphibian.
Yeah. Because we've got at least 2.
Yeah. They're so close together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good Clone Gamer. Solid choice. Egg?
Oh, that'd be cute.
I'm not gonna make egg. We could do canine feline as one. Like, I don't want to make a canine and a feline.
I immediately want a better word for it then.
Yeah, immediately.
We'll go to beast synonyms and just get to the ones that are like grayed out on the source.com.
Yeah, there we go.
Kind of close. I like varmint.
I feel varmint. I'm totally down for changing rodent to varmint. I'm changing it to varmint.
Or critter. Critters. Oh, we should avoid that because Critical Role calls their fans critters, and this is gonna get too much confusion.
Oh, too much, too much. Oh. Yeah, people are pointing out, like, there are the weird ones, like Cupcake, and if you want to put Flumpty in there.
Flumpty, you know what? I'm not taking any questions. Flumpty lends squarely into bird. I'm not taking any questions on that.
Yeah, no. Okay, I get that.
What is?
Because, I mean, here's the thing, is what we're trying to do is create a basic framework, and then if people want to homebrew, like, their own stuff, like, if they want to create the, I don't know, the magic suits that are some sort of weird thing. Cupcake is a familiar. There you go.
No, I like that. Anything smaller than like what an endo would go into could be a familiar.
Yeah,
I mean, with that, bird could allow 4 familiars.
it's true. Oh, supernatural.
What
Or
would
the
fall in there?
unnatural. That's not bad. Canine. Feline. Did we ever find something for canine and feline?
I'm on the taxonomic hierarchy to try to find out any related terms I can lean on.
Better yet, just shadows.
Or I feel like shadows would just be a type therein of the suit. Because we have things like Shadow Foxy, Shadow Bonnie. We don't just have Shadow.
Yeah. Because the thing is like the suits are like half subclass, half equipment. So like you have a humanoid subcategory, but then within that you can get like Toy Foxy, which changes your stats a little bit compared to just standard look. Because like I would imagine a toy would be like maybe higher attack, but because it's a plastic shell, it's a bit easier to break.
Yeah, like maybe more evasive, but less total health.
Yeah, and like a fun time suit of any sort is going to be, plate armor.
Fun times are just all grapplers.
Perfect.
I cannot find a good word for canine/feline.
Okay. I think we just have to go with that then.
Just domesticated animal.
Yeah, just domestic. Oh, we could just call it pet.
That's true.
Pet's not great, but at least
it's something.
Yeah, and we can try to get Mammaloan, is someone saying? But see, that's such a weird thing to say.
And also everything but bird and reptile would also, and I guess supernatural would also fit in there. Because like bears are mammals, humans are mammals, varmints are mammals.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. I mean, I guess to that point, we could just roll fox, wolf, or canine feline into beast and just lose a category.
How do you feel about now? Granted, all of these fit in there, but it's a good word we haven't used yet.
What?
How do we feel about fauna?
Fauna.
Because fauna is all animals, granted. But it evokes a different image than beast or varmint. Like when I hear fauna, I do think of wolf. I think of deer, you know?
Something's not quite landing there.
Scavenger, Clone Gamer with scavenger would include most canines and felines. It immediately evokes a purpose for it, but it is a good word.
Yeah. Because here's what I'm realizing is that we keep saying suits. Suits is not the right thing. This is literally like the race. It's like the race category, and then the specific suit is like the equipment. So essentially, you would be like, I found a humanoid. I have a fun time humanoid shell.
Yeah.
And then that would have its own implications. It would be your subclass, but also dictate like how much damage you could take, you know, et cetera, et
Like
cetera.
you would have a base set of stats and abilities, and these would either augment or add on to that.
Yeah. It's like your shell type.
Or to bring it back to D&D, if you're a Endo 01, you could be this just completely unarmed, naked human fighter walking around, and you find a shell which gives you a sword, an extra attack, and something or other.
Yeah. We'll get there. And Film Finex, we'll see you later. Okay.
I think I like the categories we have. We can always circle back to their names.
Yeah, I think so. Because I keep going from pet to domestic. Like back and forth between that, but we'll get that. Do we need fish?
Put in reptile amphibian.
Okay.
It falls in there.
Fish.
Scales. Just put scales there.
Ooh, yeah, scales. But amphibians don't have scales. Scales and slime. There
Slimy
we go.
scales.
Yeah, so we can have Felix the shark. You guys are chat. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You have to have that. Okay.
Cold-blooded, not bad for Mark the Green Wolf.
Ooh, cold-blooded's good. I just like that as when you go through, you're like, oh yeah, I'm cold-blooded. I'm a frog.
Yeah. Ribbit.
Ribbit. We'll see you later. You could do carnivores and herbivores, but I feel like that takes bird away. It's trying to pick certain things that aren't going to like eat up everything, because if you did herbivores, omnivores, and herbivores, omnivores, carnivores, it's like that's 3 and everything falls underneath them.
Yeah.
Failed,
Which,
broke.
granted, goes back to simplifying, but I feel like however simple we get, we need to... I feel like just for immediate click, it should be very easy and clear where the initial roster fits here.
Yeah. Why don't you want canine and feline Why don't you want canine and feline separate? Our big thing is if we combine them, it's gonna... By combining them, we remove one less class, because now we have to go through and go like, oh, well, this is a range, this is a melee, this is a single attack, there's so many things we're about to go into for subclasses.
And not only that, where we have like humanoid is so different from beast, canine and felines, like, yes, they are very different in the real world, but when we're talking about specifically the idea of that animal, they're similar enough that they can kind of... If frog and shark can be in the same category, these two can also be in the same category.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if we did house pet, That works a little better for me.
It does.
If we can't think of anything else.
It for now it definitely works.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have to go through and decide what all these subclasses are.
Cool, we got the names down. Now let's do the hard part.
Okay.
So I guess the key here would be finding kinds of classes or augmentations that work with each of the endos that we've created.
Yeah. So, because I keep thinking about single target and AoE, and something about that just feels like if you have melee and range and then single target and AoE, it feels weird.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, because it's like either immediately you need 4 classes to cover each combination of it, or there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
So I think melee and range being the augments rather than single and multi might make more sense then.
Yeah. Oh, this is really... Crystal Speed has a good point. Humanoid lets you blend in better. So it's almost like a stealth class.
I could see that.
I'm down.
So it's a matter of how do we interpret that in a way that can augment
Yes.
the 5 things. Well, here's an easy one that we can knock out immediately. Bird, range, period, send it.
Yep.
We can knock that out right away. Bird, range, and range works with all of those because like you can be a range DPS, you can be a range debuff, buffer, healer. Range tank is a little weird.
It's a little weird, but like Final Fantasy 14 has the there's like a gun sort of like tank. So, you know, you just have like a shotgun type weapon.
Fair. A tank with a gun. Understood.
Yeah, it's tank with gun. Not that there's guns in FNAF, but you know.
There can be. This is our FNAF now.
Yeah. Susanna, range tank, you throw things really hard.
You jump and land in front of people.
There you go. I'm confident in saying Beast is your melee specialist.
Yeah, that feels good. To have just the big thing do the big hits real good.
Yeah.
That being said, house pet or varmint feel good to be a speedy mini attack, kind of like a rogue-esque thing.
So I realize we need to back way the hell up because we have forgotten a very basic thing that we should probably set up now that will make this so much easier.
Yes.
We need to talk about basic stats.
That might help.
We haven't even looked at a single basic rule.
So call me old-fashioned. I'm a sucker for a D20 system.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because I've done D6 systems, I've done D100 systems. Nothing feels as good as the dodecahedron.
Yeah, nothing like when you roll that nat 20 feels good, man. Are you two attributing FNAF World Races D&D classes? It's it's a jumping off point for us, and then we're gonna try to separate them more. So yeah.
I was gonna say I'm a fan of a 3-stat system.
3 stats
Specifically, now I don't want to rip it directly, but have you heard of the game West of Loathing?
Yes.
The stats in that game are simply weird. There's simply 3 stats. There's muscle, mysticality, and moxie. And I like the idea of having... Now, granted, we can expand that, obviously. But I've always liked the idea of having a just straightforward physical, mental, and emotional stat.
Well, I think I remember seeing on Twitter that if we don't make lore a stat, we were going to be canceled. But I don't know how you make that a stat.
Oh man, I feel like lore is a stat. I feel like lore would be a skill underneath a stat.
Yeah. I think you really need to make like lore as like a background or something.
Yeah. Lore definitely needs to be involved somewhere big, for sure.
Dex, strength, con, charisma, intelligence, wisdom, max. Those are the D&D ones, but I don't know.
I don't know if we need all of them, or at least not in the way they're presented.
I don't think so. Well, also one thing we need to remember is that this is also like, yes, this is the tabletop and we're focusing a lot on attacks and stuff, but there is something to be said that we're also like giving people that play the game a chance to tell a story. And we want to add a story, like especially FNAF has to be story oriented.
Oh yeah. Speaking of FNAF, we could look at the stats on what would be necessary for an animatronic. So things like entertainment, things like how good they can cook.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Commander Coral, hello. Oh, that's good.
So entertainment, a word that works as a stat that means entertainment feels like should definitely be one. Performance just is the stat, not a check. How good is your performance?
Yeah, I think
and then you can have skills branch off from that.
Yeah, because you could do performance, you could do durability.
Durability, definitely. I mean, it's a robot.
Yep.
Durability, and separate from durability could be finesse or some kind of like how articulate can you be? Because something like a giant Fredbear is going to be a lot less specific and articulate than a smaller, spindlier kind of animatronic. I don't know how that would be anything but dexterity, though.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Oh, dude. Chat, what do you think? It's something for mobility or something.
I mean, mobility works.
Yeah. Mobility. Because I feel like because your durability, I think, is like more of your strength con.
Yeah, strength and con combined to durability makes sense there.
Yeah, like you're gonna hit harder if your exoskeleton can do is just inherently stronger. Mobility makes a lot more sense for range.
How do you feel about processor to combine intelligence and wisdom?
Yes.
Or like processing.
Processing. That's
you literally get to download more RAM when you level up.
Yeah. Maybe each class could have one separate special stat. I think that's more for skill.
Yeah.
I think that I'm totally down for like, fun time endo inherently having like a flexibility.
And it could even kind of rip off of this endo gets a plus X to this stat. Just standard.
Yeah, I think these stats cover basically everything.
Yeah. Because then anything else you can think an animatronic doing fits into one of these. Like the whole cooking thing, processing and mobility. Performing a song, literally performance.
Yeah. Okay. I know we're not trying to add too many things, but I'm down to add one more endo for performer, aka like your actual bard.
Yeah. I guess we would have to figure out what endo that would be.
Rockstar? Is that a separate?
It is. It's definitely a separate endo. We just don't get to see it, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, we're also not in charge of like giving everyone the artwork.
Yeah, that's for commissions. That's 2 months from now when we're making the book.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott pays for the commissions.
Yes, exactly. Scott will be waiting. DM's open. I mean, email's open.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, so that would be your entertainer.
Yeah.
Because eventually, like, some of these people have to have some skill. Like, there's got to be some skills or something to talk to other animatronics. Because FNAF World...
face.
Yeah, because FNAF World isn't FNAF, and we gotta remember that. Like, it is, but it's not.
Yeah, there's shops and other characters that are just happen to be animatronics. Don't think about it.
Oh, Hilo has a very good point. A scare factor. If we're doing FNAF, we need to have like a spooky stat.
I mean, stat 5, another round 5. Kind of forgot about that one. That this is a horror franchise for a second there.
we absolutely need to remember that. Oh boy,
that is a huge part of it.
Spooky horror. I guess your horror stat.
We can't say fear factor because that's copyrighted.
Yeah.
That's
And we can't do nightmare because that's something else.
I feel horror feels good there.
What do you think about Arc has a good one. I think we just trim it down. Just fright stat.
Fright.
Yeah. That's a solid 5 stats.
Yeah, that feels good. And none of them really encroach on the other one.
Yeah. I feel like that's good. Intimidation, juice box. Intimidation would be a skill, not a stat.
Yeah. And then, okay, so do we want to keep working on stats, or now that we have a base idea of what the stats are, go back to races?
I think we can make classes
make more
like
sense
race
now.
/ class. Using those stats, we can definitely come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different things easily, I think.
Yeah. All right, so down the list, humanoid. Do we want our picking Mario and Mario Kart to be humanoid?
Yeah, your balance.
You're very basic, just a little bit good in everything.
Yeah. Balance, jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Master of none.
That feels good.
Yeah, and so they can you can do melee and range. And that sort of stuff, but it's not going to be like anything special, I guess.
So do we actually we should I keep trying to move forward. We should think about which one of these affects your stats and which one of these dictates what abilities you have. So because like, would the endos be dictating what abilities you have and the suits be changing the stats you use them with?
So maybe it's best not to think so. Because if you did balanced, and if you took like the human trait from say D&D, which is like get a +1 in any stat that you want. So a humanoid could just have a base like add.
I guess it's a matter of like, do we have a system of these ones always do this, but some do it better? Or do we have a system of literally nearly like magic items where each category of suit will do a similar thing, but what they do is different? Because if we do it that route, that works. It's just going to be a lot more back end work. Is all.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what you got to do.
I think we might just have to bite the bullet there. Okay. All right. So the endo is more determinant of what is affecting your stats and what abilities you have. The suit is fine tuning that and giving additional abilities.
Yeah. Because I think someone said the race class should determine stats. I think it's, and then endo's abilities and skills. I think you flip that.
Yeah.
So if you take endo, we could have it so like an endo 1 could have +1 to
just as a placeholder.
Yeah, like durability +1 mobility. If people want to roll their stats, or we could just say like you pick your endo and then here are your base stats. And then you pick a shell to further enhance.
And it just as long like just for now, what it's focusing and what it's de-emphasizing.
Yeah. Yeah. And emphasis, durability, mobility, and then
go classic de-emphasizing processing.
Yeah, I think so. Especially for Endo 1, weakest one, processing.
Oh yeah,
performance.
I've never seen the standard crew perform.
Mm-hmm. Bonus, penalty.
Yeah.
And then so your Endo 2 would be bonus, durability.
Performance or fright? Or just big bonus for durability.
Maybe we should just pick. I think maybe we just need to pick one emphasis stat.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, because this would be bonus durability, penalty, mobility, because it's the tank.
Yeah, or even a matter of like completely made up units for quote unquote units of like if you only are bonusing one thing and penaltying one thing, each of those are more drastic.
So
if Endo 1 has durability and mobility, it's say +1 each, whereas for Endo 2, if it's durability, it would be +2 for just durability.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then that way we can keep it balanced by always working with 4 points.
Yeah.
For now, until we figure out what the points actually are.
2 penalties.
Exactly.
Okay. I need to use the restroom. I'll let you talk to chat and see if any ideas come up.
Hi, chat. For now, stats, 5 stats, and 6 endos. Well, it's not going to be 1-to-1 Zerkthan. Nightmare Endo +2 fight for sure. I could see the tanks having a plus to fright. Fun fact, you're closer related to reptiles than reptiles are to amphibians. Also, birds are reptiles. Monty is closer related to Chica than Happy Frog. Rhombus head 2, that made my brain hurt. Hey, Fable Rain. -2 to performance is interesting arc. I think that tracks, because performance does feel like inherently a happy, quote-unquote, thing. Oh, no worries, no worries. Glamrocks need high processing. Yeah, if they're going to buff high processing. Pretty much... Oh... Then that comes into a weird situation where... What are the buff and debuff abilities leaning on stat-wise? Are they both leaning on processing? Does fright weigh into every negative processing effect? It's interesting. Toy animatronics have +1 or 2 for speed. You would think the toys are faster, but the book describes them as sturdier. If you do implement lore on some way, make less lore relevant characters have some unknown about their stats. I could see that working. Lore is going to be... It's got to be important, but it's a matter of where does it come in. Still want to point out that Glamrocks have a biohazard symbol on them with hazardous organic materials inside them. That's a great point, Clone Gamer.
Okay. You go... and you use the restroom, and then it's just like brain blast after each other.
All right, hit me with them.
Okay, first, the endos, we lose DPS, tank, debuff, healer. We just focus on stats.
I think the title is more just a guide for sure. Just focusing on stats and seeing how they work.
Yeah. This just kind of helped us visualize what we needed to do.
Yeah.
Because like Nightmare is definitely a +2 to fright.
100%. Someone was saying a -2 to performance, and that feels pretty good.
Oh yeah. Performance -2. That's absolutely the one. So the fun time endo, I think, is
Probably +1 performance, +1 processing, right? If they're supposed to quote unquote function as a healer.
Yeah, I was also no, I think that makes sense. Bonus performance processing +1. Penalty would be, I would say, fright.
Yeah. Do we want to just -2 fright or -1 fright, -1 something else?
-2 fright.
Yeah, that feels right.
That feels right. I mean, granted, when their faceplates come off, it is spooky, but we've got to make some concessions here.
Yeah, so someone's got to be the not scary one.
Okay, so the rock stars, the penalty, or is the entertainer. So the bonus needs to just be straight
performance.
Yeah,
For sure.
and then penalty, maybe durability and mobility.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, have them be more of a classic spellcaster if they're going to be this entertaining role.
Yeah. +1 or -1. Yikes. And then Glamrock would definitely be maybe just straight processing +2.
Yeah, we don't have one of those yet. That's probably best there. And then maybe... Ooh, this gets tricky.
I will go ahead and say if we're doing some stuff based off the games, I think maybe -1 to at least fright because the jump scares were very meh.
That's fair. That's fair.
It should be fright and
Right, and maybe... What about... How do you feel about durability? Because we see Glamrock Freddy broken up like 4 times in that game. A child does destroy all 4 of them.
yes, absolutely. They cut corners on that one.
Yeah, durability feels good there. Even though they're like big and bulky, they keel over at like a half kick.
Yeah. But they're definitely the most advanced out of all of them. So processing is definitely the +2. That's good. And then I think I just get rid of these.
Yeah, just effects stats, and then you can take those stats and try to fit them with
the thing you want to use.
Yeah. Things that work well. Like, sure, you can put on a beast if you have a Glamrock endo. Might not work super well, but you can figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm confused now, so I need a refresher. All right. So this is great, being right around the hour mark. The one thing we know, dice system is D20.
Yeah.
For sure. Also,
Just 'cause they feel good.
I feel like this is a multiple stream process. If you want to do this again,
Yeah, this is gonna take a couple tries, couple swings.
Yeah, I think maybe like we'll do a follow-up one of these, maybe a little later after Ryan and I maybe just kind of like chisel away every now and then if we got some free time and we're bored. We just hey, here's some stuff.
Like make the big swings on stream and do a lot of back end stuff.
Yeah. And then we will make the player guide available for everyone for play testing.
Of course.
And then Scott will pay us. Yep.
Again, Scott, all of our emails are always present.
Always open. And we love money. Look, inflation's killing us.
Remember, Scott, the motto is not spawned, but always willing.
Yes. Always. So to answer your question, BB Butler. Butter? No, BB Butter. Yeah, we'll release a rule book if people want to give it a shot. Maybe add some ideas and stuff. Remember, we're 2 content creators that are always busy, so we'll see who takes up the torch after us.
Yeah.
Okay, so D20 system. And then for stats, you have durability, which is your strength and constitution, essentially what the endo's made of. Mobility is how well it moves. Performance is how well that's your charisma stat. Processing is your intelligence, wisdom sort of thing. So, better processing power, the better you're able to heal and stuff. Rhea with 26 months. Thank you so much. Can I offer myself up to do art? Maybe at some point. Yeah, actually.
Snowblossom. Listen, Snowblossom, I know you. Anytime.
Sweet. I love the idea of just like, maybe it's just a matter of I'll make a burner Gmail account or something and just make a drive that anyone can access.
Or it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. And then fright is your spooks. Because you can't do FNAF without some spooks.
It's gotta be at least a little spooky.
Little spooky. Please, just a little bit of spooks. That's all we're asking.
Sprinkle them in.
Leveling up is something I feel like we will touch once we understand
what these characters are and how they work. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then our Endo 1, which is your FNAF 1 animatronics, they have a bonus to durability and mobility, but a -1 to processing and performance. Endo 2 is durability +2, but a mobility -2. Nightmare is +2 to fright, -2 to performance, which you can't be scary and perform really well. I mean, you can, but you know what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Fun time Endo, +1 to performance and processing, but a -2 to fright because they're kind of one of the least scarier types. Rockstar is +2 to performance, but -1 to durability and mobility. And Glamrock is a +2 to processing, so it's the latest best Endo, but a -1 to fright and durability.
Yeah, that feels solid.
I like that a lot. So now here is where we start putting in our classes. So like humanoid would just be your basic fighter.
That feels, yeah. That feels the go-to there. And again, these are just archetypal terms that we can come back to.
Mm-hmm. So your feline and canine.
This might be I feel like my guts as rogue, and then I look at varmint. Varmint feels locked for a quick, small but many attacker.
Yeah.
So then house pet feels like maybe a mixed caster. Like something that would focus more on.
So a ranger. It's close.
Yeah, it's close. I guess let me look at the attack types from FNAF World again and see what I can like blend together here.
Mm-hmm. So I know he's put bird as range, but I also kind of like bird as cleric. You want to know something? The more I look at this, the more I hate this.
Something's not clicking about this system we have.
No, this doesn't work because we want people to be able to pick whatever they want with no repercussions, I feel.
Yeah.
Wonder if we did double back and just did... Because we said the type of shells were going to be the bonuses. Let's flip it. Why don't we make the type of shells the class? So you would have classic. So FNAF 1.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, FNAF 1.
Like the generation of the suit is what's determining it, but within that generation, you can still be whatever you would like.
Yes.
I think that makes our life a lot easier.
Yeah,
well.
I think so. So your classic is your fighter. And then you have the toy animatronic. That's your caster.
Yeah.
Your phantom animatronics.
Phantom feels like a black mage. Something like
Or it could be the rogue.
Oh, it could be the rogue, yeah. They're sneaky.
Or phantom could be... Oh, phantom's debuff. Clone Gamers got it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they never do damage. They always just mess with you.
They don't actually hurt you.
I will say, I don't think you could do a nightmare shell because nightmares are in endo.
Yeah, I feel like
it would be weird to be like, I'm a fun time endo with a nightmare shell.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. And nightmare feels like more of a modification to something that already exists rather than its own exoskeleton.
Susanna suggests calling it a grim shell instead.
It's a cool name.
That's a cool name.
We have Grim Foxy from the Help Wanted DLC.
Yeah, I'm down for grim.
Yeah.
And that's like that could also get your essentially we could just call that like the Halloween animatronics for reference. So like Jacko Chica and all of those.
Yeah, that they would all fit in there. That feels good too, because that also just combines a lot of ephemera.
Yeah. Grim is okay. I feel like that's your rogue.
Yeah, no, Grim feels nefarious.
Yeah. Oh, what are we gonna call it? Call it pizzas and perils. Oh, that's great.
That's pretty good.
Pizzas and perils. I'll put it up here. Working title. Not like I'm pretty sure we can just call it FNAF tabletop RPG or whatever because Scott is a big fan of letting fans do stuff. But Pizza and Perils is just so good.
It's pretty good.
Pizzas and
It would have to be like a two syllable words that either have pizza or bear somewhere in them.
Yeah. I see Pizzas and Perils : the FNAF tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
There you go. So it's Pizza and Perils, a FNAF TTRPG. Nice. Okay, so Grim. Do we want to make Withered its own shell?
I think Clone had the right idea there. Where Withered feels like a condition of a shell, not necessarily its own thing.
Yeah. But yeah,
like you could have a withered phantom shell or something, and maybe like it still gives you a bonus of some kind or like the class stuff, but not as good.
Yeah. I do think we put Springlock.
Yeah, 100%.
On here, and this is your glass cannon.
Yeah. AKA the thing I'm always going to play.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And then you have the Funtime.
Funtime's tricky because, like, yes, we already have Funtime Endo, but Funtime shells are very different
specific.
And important. Yeah.
So, how do we rename that so it doesn't? Circus shell. Thank you, man. Susanna's killing it with these.
Yeah. No. 100%.
And this is your bard.
Yeah, and that's your Fun Times, the Dark Circus from AR variants, the Balloon Circus Funkos that may or may not be important.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Salvage shell based on FNAF 6. Salvage.
It still feels like a condition rather than...
I'm trying to think.
something for glam rocks.
Yeah, we still don't have glam rocks. I'm kind of just like, oh, you can just call those retro shells.
Yeah, that feels good.
Because that,
If we even include them, because if you think about like the shell itself, the shell isn't necessarily the differentiator with the new suits, I feel. But it feels weird to not include a direct call out to the most recent game.
yeah, I feel like that's strange. None of these are jumping out as tank, and that's concerning to me.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I think
We could make the retro the caster and the toy the tank. Since the Glamrock endos already are kind of built to cast well.
Yeah.
And then that way, like, you don't have to match them, but if you do match them, it makes sense immediately.
Hear me out. Make toy the fighter and the classic the tank.
I'm okay with that. The classics are huge and bulky.
They're huge. They're bulky. When they're withered in the games, they're still like, for the most part, still functional.
Yeah, no, it feels good.
So you have a tank.
And we have tank, fighter, debuff, rogue, glass cannon, bard, caster. I feel like that covers most of our bases.
I think so.
Because like, ranger as an archetype can fit in like 4 of those. I've never loved ranger as its own class.
Yeah. So bard circus, that would be more of a buff.
Yeah, buff feels like it because phantom is like haunting you to debuff you. Circus is performing to buff morale and all that jazz.
Yeah. Which one of these is the healer? So wonder if you made the retro healer and as in the spring lock's the caster, because no, that's
no. I feel like caster. I feel like you could argue debuff, buff, healer are all casters. Like if you're trying to say like just as a caster, period. We also have to remember like looking at the FNAF World attacks that we have to pick from. What would differentiate caster?
Right. I mean,
rather than just a ranged attack.
Mm-hmm. Because so if you're looking at the attacks from FNAF World, all of your like, percent chance to instantly kill something,
those are going to Springlock, right?
Those are all going to Springlock. Like those are his major things is like Springlock failure and all that sort of stuff. With like all of them should be able to have a basic attack of some sort.
Yeah.
Kusa, you're not wrong. This is difficult to like take all of these things and like crank and like
mash them into something.
And I think that's why in FNAF World there was no like, there were animatronics that fit kind of into debuffers, but everyone kind of had like a multitude of different things. Do you have an Era bottle too?
They sponsored me like a month ago, and I really
Son
like
of a it. Everyone's got it except for me. All of Team Theorist has it.
Get ruined.
I'm devastated.
Simply buy one on your own.
No, I refuse.
At this point, be like, listen, just send another one.
Yeah. Subclasses could refer to condition. Yeah. We think conditions like withered, scrapped, and shattered could absolutely just be,
just modify what that suit would have given you.
Yeah. Damn, it's just a bottle. Calm down. No, it's the principle of the matter.
Oh man, not spawn in this stream. What a lovely bottle. It's really good and useful.
Everyone freaking loves it. So I don't know. I just want to taste watermelon as I'm drinking water. I don't think that's much else.
Honestly, 90% of the time I forget to open it because I'm just a big water drinker anyway. So,
Yeah.
so half the time it's just a water bottle for me.
Yeah, so I guess if you go off of more of the attacks based off of the FNAF World stuff, your tank is more of a shielder.
Yeah.
You're like there's still the fighter, but this is like your damage dealer.
Yeah.
Your Phantom's debuff is right.
Yeah, debuff works, buff works. Rogue?
Maybe
I wonder if Rogue would be better as AoE attacker and poisoner.
You're absolutely right. That is right where my head went. I think you know who's getting hot cheese?
Grim Foxy, he's on fire.
He's on fire. Grim's gonna have hot cheese. That's your AoE, and then your spring lock is your
all the black attacks, the insta kills, and the all that. I don't want to do damage. I want to roll a d20 and if I get an 18, they die immediately.
This is your specialist essentially.
Yeah.
Circus is your would be the buffs, and then your retro would be. I mean, just by default is the healer or the healing abyss, like
which I'm fine with.
Yeah, your gifts, your the regen spells, like all that sort of stuff is going to the retros.
That feels good. Where would poison end up? Would that end up under Grim as well?
I almost want to give that to Springlock just so they don't always have insta kill.
That's probably because also like Springlock suits are gross and icky.
Yeah, they're gross. They're all covered in death, and I think maybe you eliminate. I mean, if you crit fail, it could
if
always.
If you crit fail, you roll a new character.
Yeah, you just roll a new character. Man, that's hard.
It'll be like a sliding scale of like all your like insta kill attacks are like 19 and up, you kill it. 18 to 15, nothing happens. 15 to 10, you take X damage. 10 to 5, X damage. 5 to 2, X damage. 1, congratulations, you've been spring locked.
You've been just spring locked.
You just slide a character sheet to them.
Your friends have to then take you to Henry to be repaired. Oh my god. Okay, hear me out. Is your endo can absolutely be destroyed, but for your death saving throw, is your circuit board being saved?
Ooh.
And then that means your team, if you're successful, like if you still win, but all of your friends' endos are absolutely destroyed, smashed, gone, dead, then you can, if they succeed in their death saving throws, you can take their circuit boards and go get them a new endo.
And that way you can still retain your character and personality and all that.
Yeah. So
I like that.
So you're always the same character. You always have the same personality, but you can go get a different endo.
It's making combat risky, not only in the sense of losing in endo and having to go through that process, but adding a role play punishment if you are unsuccessful.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can put them back together.
There it is.
There it is.
It's
that.
It's not a death saving throw, it's a box roll.
Yeah. Okay. So I really like this for the classes.
Yeah, this feels very good.
This feels very good. Retro still feels like a weird name, but I think we can change that at some point in time.
Yeah, we'll chalk that right up to the like other two names that we were like unsure about.
Are we possessed circuit boards or just regular AI ones? Honestly, I think that's up to the game master.
I think it's up to the game master and the player.
Yeah, because if you want to be a spirit possessing one of the animatronics, I think in the spirit of the franchise that makes the most sense. But like, if you just all want to be some rogue AIs, like
Some rogue AIs or some program that copies everything it sees. Who knows?
yeah. I've been seeing all this mimic stuff on, like you, John, ID Fantasy, Hyper.
The video started at 18 minutes. It's at 25 minutes now. I'm still editing it.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's at least Williams might not be back again. Who knows?
Maybe, hopefully,
maybe.
I mean, if we're not getting into it, that's not what the
No.
stream's about.
That'll be 3 hours when we finish that conversation.
Yeah, that's a different stream. Skills. Let's come up with like some basic skills.
Jump scare.
Jump scare. That's an attack, though. No.
Oh, true.
No, let's make it. Let's remove it as an attack. Let's make it a skill.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be something everyone can just do a jump scare.
Yeah.
I mean, cooking, singing. Or would singing just, I don't know. Singing might just be better to be performance.
Do what? Call it showtime.
There it is.
Because, we could have a little fun with the varied different things,
Yeah.
Let's see some other things.
You know what? Hey, what if we go all in? Change cooking to let's eat.
Hell yeah.
Can we? Okay. New game unlocked. Can we find catchphrases throughout this franchise that immediately read as a skill?
Ooh. Oh, we could totally do this.
Like immediately it's like, okay, new game found.
I mean, jump scare, that I don't think you need to change that.
Yeah, that one, like, sure, that's not a catchphrase, but like it's synonymous.
Oh. Susanna's got so jump scare, it's me. Change that to persuasion. It's me.
Okay, it's me. I like that. It's me being your persuasion.
Like your medicine check should be put you back together.
I guess putting back together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, give gifts. Oh, give life.
Oh yeah, give gifts is. Oh, man. And then we also have to keep in mind. Can I, as a player, look at this and immediately know what it means?
Yeah, that's the trickiest part. I mean, we could always put in parentheses and just absolutely define it.
I mean, yeah, probably that's the way to go, to keep it on theme, but have it be understandable. See, I like always coming back, but like that feels more like a thing that the healer would do to someone rather than a skill.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Tomorrow's another day for sleep.
You don't need a revival skill check. Someone will just revive you.
Yeah. Showtime is performance.
Ooh, no. I like that. Go, go, go as a flee action or just like an acrobatics check, essentially.
Yeah. It's your athletics. Yes, everyone, I know I can't spell. Athletics slash acrobatics. Putting back together, medicine. We need something for lore.
Tell you a story.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a little wordy.
Yeah, but good working title, you know?
Yeah.
Let's eat. That's cooking. Jump scare. Jump scare.
Jump scare press.
Make that the last skill on the page. Which
Yeah,
jump scare.
100%.
Jump scare. Hello? Hello? Damn it, how do you work phone guy into it?
I mean, hello could replace it's me, and it's me could be something else.
I like that. Hello?
It's me could be an insight.
Yeah, there you go.
I keep seeing several times in the chat exotic butters as a distraction skill.
Yes. Audit. Exotic butters.
It really is the skill of, hey, what's over there?
I mean, if you want to have a good Markiplier reference, you change the lore thing from tell you a story to was that the bite of 87.
Yeah.
It's wordy, but also hilarious. Also, I switched to Opera today, and my browser
Welcome to a good browser.
It's been great so far. I
swear by it.
I limited all of my RAM and CPU usage so I can actually like edit without Chrome eating everything. And
have you used the workspaces function yet?
No.
So on you'll have to set it up at some point, but on the left taskbar you can set up workspaces that are just collections of tabs.
Oh my god.
So like I'm on my home workspace right now, which is just like my miscellaneous. And then there's like I've got my D&D workspace, which just pulls up the map I had open on the last session and like a bunch of other stuff.
That's good.
It makes it so I went from a 5 tabs at all time guy to a 15 tabs at all time guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm getting suggestions that we just make lore. Lore!
That feels pretty good.
That feels much better.
That feels pretty good.
I mean, being part of Team Theorist, that seems like the better idea.
Yeah.
Do we have anything for like investigation? Because I feel like that is something.
I mean, was that the bite of 87?
Was that?
It's literally.
You're not wrong. Investigation. Answer: always? No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of if there's any other skills that might.
Let me grab. Let me grab my.
Yeah, the player handbook.
Nearby. Oh, you don't know. You don't want to know what I've done to my player handbook. Here, I'll show you.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Ooh.
Team Theory FNAF World TTRPG playthrough when. You're right. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Ooh, no, you're right. Oh, casual bongos. What am I looking at?
Okay, I've got my headphones back on now. So
what is this?
Me and my wife, a long time ago, and we've kept it going, didn't like that every time a new D&D book came out, there was like a bunch of miscellaneous additions.
Oh, yeah.
So we organized everything.
Oh, my God.
We bought every book and meticulously ripped out every page of every book. This is the backgrounds binder. This is the class binder. This is the race binder.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And this is the monster binder.
Oh my god.
Anyway, let me get my character sheet out so I can look at what the stats are.
Yeah, also while he's doing that, chat, if you're trying to figure out what the currency is, it's tokens, because that is the currency.
Yeah,
in
fast tokens for sure.
Yeah, fast tokens. I think I even have that down somewhere. Currency, tokens. That's it. Music Man for perception? No. I think you wrap up investigation and perception in the same thing.
Yeah, they've always been kind of like close enough anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah. One is just like general versus Roxy's eyes.
Why are all my character sheets not here?
What are you buying?
Look up a picture of a character sheet because apparently it's not in my binder. That huge reveal did nothing for me.
Oh, we could just make flashlight perception.
Yeah. All right. What skills are we lacking?
Hold on, I'm gonna just because I don't want to get out of hand. D&D Beyond.
Oh.
I'm sorry if Toast disappears really quickly while I'm doing this. I'll get it fixed in a minute.
I'm still rearranging my stuff to get back to where I was anyway.
Oh, great.
Ugh.
Spellcasting.
It's not a D&D skill. Which again, we're not one-to-one-ing D&D anyway.
No.
But we should find a phrase for some sort of hacking or otherwise manipulating programming kind of a skill.
I saw this popped up a lot in chat, but connection terminated.
That could work.
Mm-hmm. Stealth would be scooping for Ennard and Mike. Oh. Yeah, we don't have a stealth. Oh, wazoo! Ninja skills. I'm fine with that. Who says that one again? That's
Isn't that Happy Frog, if I had to guess? No.
Yes,
Is it?
I think that's the frog. But I do like
wazoo. Illusion Disc.
Illusion Disc feels like an item.
You're right.
I think
it is Happy Frog.
Yeah, Happy Frog. I do like. We're not adding Fazgoo. Fazgoo's out.
I do like animal taming as reluctant follower.
Ooh.
Especially if we're gonna have familiars like cupcakes and whatnot.
Animatronic handling. Okay. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. I think that covers most of our bases for like things you would want to do as a skill.
Yeah.
And like most actions can fall into one of those.
Mm-hmm. I do think that we'll change some of the names as we keep going because flashlight is better for an item than it is a skill. Okay.
Ooh, one last one. You will burn for intimidation.
Ooh.
We don't have an intimidation. Like we have jump scare, but who knows what that's for? It's just there for now.
It's just jump scare. That's literally just like up.
It's just funny to jump scare people. I don't know.
Yeah, it's up to the GM's discretion. Sometimes like, all right, make a jump scare check. Motion trigger for perception? No. God, there's got to be some.
Someone said silver eyes.
That's great.
Who said that? Where are you? Joe the okay with silver eyes.
Yeah, awesome. Great one. Map bot, I don't know. That's just a great NPC, like the best NPC. Angsty teen, vicious mockery.
Oh, deception. Follow me from the Max FX. Do we have a deception, or could we just, hey, D&D, deception is persuasion? Hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
Like, they are separate skills, and I get, like, being able to lie isn't necessarily as good as being able to persuade, but, like...
Here's the thing. I have the ability to be persuasive sometimes, but I am a terrible liar, so it definitely feels like a different skill.
That's fair. As someone who did acting for, like, 10 years, I'm an amazing liar. So...
Oh, look at you! Now I can't trust you!
No, you really can't.
What?
Well, listen, we're all influencers.
I kind of like the idea of getting rid of putting back together and putting it as save them. It's just shorter.
Yeah, it's shorter. It's a little snappier.
Put you back together feels like a good spell to shove in there.
Yeah, that could be like a true resurrection kind of I will put you back together.
Yeah. You won't get tired of my voice for seduction. Oh my god.
We are not adding a seduction skill.
I'm not. Look, if you and your friends want to homebrew that into this, awesome. I refuse to put it in our unofficial official guide.
We'll never get the Fanverse initiative involved.
Guys,
have that in here.
Guy, if we put seducing, you think Scott's gonna want that? No.
I mean,
he did make Toy Chica, so you know.
He did make Toy Chica.
Yeah. Damn it.
No, we're not.
Okay. So here's the thing. There's absolutely nothing we can do in 5 minutes.
Nope.
So
I think this is a good place.
let's recap. So we can set this all up, and then we'll probably chisel on a few things in here, and I guess we'll do a follow-up stream in like a couple weeks or something.
At some point, yeah.
Because I would love to have it to get if we can get this to a workable spot.
A workable spot and a character sheet, I think, are the goals.
Yeah, because if we could do this, I would like if we got you, basically everyone that was on the FNAF Talkback. If we got all of us together to run one of these, that could be great. I don't know if Matt will have the time to do it, but like I'll ask because it'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be really fun.
All right. So here is the basics of what we have. Dice system is D20. So we're
because they feel the best.
It really does feel the best. Our stats are durability, which is your strength and constitution. Mobility is your dexterity. Performance is your charisma. Processing is intelligence, and fright is his just own stat. Ghastly Gamer, hello. I'm so glad you joined us for the end.
We get the recap.
Matt feels like the DM type. No. It's either gonna be Toast or myself.
Yeah, we got two DMs working on this thing.
Yeah. The this very first thing you do when you start creating a character is choosing your endoskeleton. So Endo 1 has durability and mobility as a bonus, but you lose processing and performance. Endo 2, +2 to durability, but -2 to mobility. Nightmare Endo, you get a +2 to fright, -2 to performance. Funtime Endo, you gain a +1 to performance and processing, and a penalty to fright, -2. Rockstar is your performance +2, but durability and mobility -1. The Glamrock Endo, processing +2, and penalty, fright, and durability -1. Those are basically your, like, those set the tone for what your character is. If you need a 1-to-1 on this, endos are your race.
Pretty much.
Then your shell is your class. So if you take the classic, that's your shielder or tank. Toy animatronics are your damage. Phantoms are debuffs. Grim is your AoE. Springlock is your specialist. Circus is your buff. And Retro, the glam... It's hard to... because there's the Glamrock Endo. And having a Glamrock shell feels redundant, but we might change this at some point. But Retro would be healer. Your skills are jump scare, let's eat, showtime, hello, save them, go. Lore! It's me, Exotic Butters. Was that the bite of 87? Silver Eyes, connection terminated. Wazoo, ninja skills. Reluctant follower, you will burn, follow me. So this, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited about this.
It's really starting to shape into something.
Yeah. There's something here. So, like, one thing we need to do is go through and assign the attacks from FNAF World into separate things, but we'll also, like, maybe throw in a few extras.
Yeah.
Next time we stream, though, we'll need to talk about chips and bytes.
Yes.
And endo upgrades, because I think that's the way. That's your equipment for sure.
Yeah, that definitely, it tracks as equipment. It tracks as additional abilities, and we can also probably talk about exo upgrades, which are not from FNAF World, but if we're having withered or things like that, maybe at some point a player finds a withered suit, like a withered toy Bonnie, and they go to upgrade it, and now it's a better version of that, and it's just a toy Bonnie exoskeleton.
I like withered being cursed objects.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of different stuff. There's also we'll need to turn character, like, enemies into a monster manual of some sort. And one thing, I think one of the most crucial things that we need to figure out during the next stream is subtunnels.
Yeah.
And, like, essentially our dimensions and locations.
And like the domain we're going to, like, basically making a test map almost.
Yeah. Man, this might be, like, something we pick up every couple of weeks or once a month to build it, and then
look at it, flesh it out a little bit.
Yeah, and then by the end of the year, we'll have a workable game.
Yeah, probably.
So make sure you join us as we continue this journey, because this has been really fun to start building a system, and I think we'll be able to have something that's very playable.
Something will be playable by the end of this.
Yeah. And I definitely, as we kind of keep doing these, if interest for the game continues to build, then, perhaps it needs to break out to its own Discord server, in which case we'll find someone else to run it, because we don't have time to run another server. God.
Yeah, I barely run my server.
Yeah. It is so out of my hands.
But yeah, the mods do everything for me. They're great.
We'll find people to help if we feel like this could actually be something. Hell, maybe we'll bring in like ID Fantasy or Hyper or FNAF or one of these two to help us kind of build stuff on there.
But just ask around, be like, hey, do you also like D&D?
Yeah.
We're all nerds here.
We're all nerds. You've all played D&D, and if you haven't, how dare you?
If you haven't, you're missing out.
Yeah, please.
Wouldn't you want to hold a sword?
What? Is that just been in your hand?
It's off to the side. It's a weighted practice, like blunt one.
Ooh, cool. That's hella neat. Yeah, D&D's fun. I'd love to do a D&D stream at some point in time, but it takes a lot of effort to make happen.
Yeah. What it is I can tell you and me are picky. It takes a lot of effort to make good.
Yes.
I can slap together an audio drama D&D podcast. It's not going to be very good.
No. Yeah, no. I only have one DSLR camera. I'm gonna need 3. Minimum. But you know what? That's 9:00. That's the end of our stream. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I want to thank Rye Toast for joining me.
It was my pleasure.
For what we thought was going to be just kind of a stream, and now it's like a whole process that apparently we've dedicated ourselves to. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we could just
something will happen.
Yeah, maybe we could just toss it to some of the players in our campaigns to say like, hey, this is something we started. You guys, like, I don't know, figure it out.
You play D&D sometimes.
Yeah. I will not be back Sunday because I'm going to the Ren Fair, which is going to be a good time. But we'll be back Tuesday for Amanda the Adventurer because I haven't played it yet and it looks spooky. Okay, you all have to leave now. Everyone's got to go. No, okay. No, Toast has to go too. Everyone leave! Now!